If you haven't heard the Sports Coma, this is what you're missing. Check out the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
What's up, family? What's going on? It's Big Q, representing the Sports Coma. Chiming in, man. Live stream. It's Saturday, man. It's time to talk New Orleans Saints. I know it's a kind of a lull in the Saints season right now, but thank y'all for joining us on the Sports Coma. And like I traditionally do on our podcast, my traditional way of greeting all our Saints family by saying welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, and we have intense, entertaining, and educated Saints talk. My favorite black and gold. I switched up a little bit, but it's okay. You know why? Because we live streaming on our YouTube channel. Sports Coma live stream is now in effect, and on today's show, what up, Larry? What's going on, baby? Welcome to the live stream, man. What's good? Good to hear from you, brother. Today's live show, man, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about Mike Thomas, man. Mike Thomas's big old contract request. Mike is requesting $22 million a year. Is he worth it? What up, Jason? Welcome to the show, brother. What's good with you? $22 million is what Mike Thomas is asking on a new deal with his contract. That's a lot of bread, and we'll put him out front. I think the guy that got the most right now is Odell Beckham Jr. What up, Hemisphere? Welcome to the show, fam. Jason said, hell yeah, he worth every penny. But yeah, we're going to get into that today, fellas. We also going to talk about Drew's diamond situation finally came to head. Who that, Pat? What's up, baby? Welcome to the show. Drew's diamond situation finally came to a head. And what you already know the results, man. Drew going to get paid. We're going to break it down to you. What up there, Eteralet? What's good? Happy to hear from you. Sean, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, baby. But yep, it's going down to major capacity, man. We're going to talk about Drew's situation. I want to talk to y'all, man, because y'all got some great Saints brains. Evan. Oh, what's up, baby? But yeah, we're going to talk about that today. Also, Drew's future, man. What y'all got to think? We're going to get into that today about Drew's future and whether or not, the Saints approaching it as a year-to-year thing. Y'all cool with that? We're going to get into that today. So we don't have an extremely long podcast. The last several shows we had were 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. But today we're going to kind of compact it a bit and go from there. So without further ado, let's get into some of this discussion about it. Now, man, I just want to talk to y'all about this whole situation dealing with Mike Thomas. And I knew Mike Thomas wanted some big money, man. I knew it. And so far, the Saints are here. Mike is over here. And that's the breach between my fingers is approximately $4 million. So the Saints are $4 million from Mike Thomas saying, let's get the deal done. Let's get it done. $22 million a year. That will make him by far the highest paid guy. I think 19 is where Odell Beckham Jr. is right here. And $22 million. Now, a lower figure initial price, they said that will put up there any contract north of $18 million, which I think is where Odell Beckham is. Yeah, it is. And he's saying that his 5-year, $95 million deal he signed in 2018 was established a new bar for receivers. Now, guaranteed $41 million. Now, I knew when they started talking to Mike Thomas about a possible contract extension, I knew that it would, and I just said, you know what? Let me go and look at the highest paid receiver because that will be the bar at where they're going to go. Odell's at 18. Mike, I was thinking 20. That was where it was. Now, where they get to 22, they might compromise and say, you know what, Mike, We're not going. We how about we hit you with 20, and then we just give you a fat signing bonus and mad incentives. But don't get me wrong. Mike Thomas is a hell of a receiver. If he keeps playing like this, the man's a Hall of Famer. He's gonna break every record ever set by the Saints organization twice over. I mean, but he came through the door as a phenom. We knew Mike Thomas was special. But $22 million. Wow. You know what? I'm thinking, man, I'm saying to myself, I'm saying that the Saints better get ready to open the bank, because Mike Thomas is not the only one. In a year or so, you have Alvin Kamara coming up, and you talking about payday. How about Lattimore? The Saints got to come up with some bread. Sheldon Rankins. They just paid off Cam, got Cam straight. But the core, the playmakers, the top pieces that you don't want to go anywhere. Lattimore, Kamara, Thomas, Sheldon Rankins. I got to put him up there too, man. Even though Sheldon was balling, but now he's elevated that level. And, it might take a little leverage away from him dealing with this Achilles injury. But $22 million, Mike Thomas. Damn. But you know what? I got to give Mike Thomas credit, because he ain't complain. He ain't fuss. He ain't whine. He showed up to practice. He was the first one in the door, the last one to leave. He don't get up there and cause no problems. He don't go out there and smack women with belts. He don't order weed through the mail. He's not involved in the sexual misconduct cases. He isn't a weirdo. The only negative things I heard about about Michael Thomas was the fact that they said that it's something when the cornerbacks play against him, say, man, there's something wrong with that dude. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that dude. Ain't nothing wrong with him. But something wrong with you, because you getting toasted. You getting your tail toasted, Mr. Cornerback. But only thing I can tell y'all, man, is that it's absolutely lovely, man, that they actually talking to him right now and not waiting to the year, because it's going to be trouble. You let him get in the open market. You think at you be saying 22 million is a discount compared to what they're going to try to offer him on the open market. Come on. The Saints, I understand how the game is played, because when you're negotiating, you can't get a man what he wants. That's what my grandfather always taught me. Rest in peace. Bill Manuel. That's what he taught me. He said, if you go to a car lot and you see a price on that car, don't you ever in your life give that man what he wants for that car. You make him take what you have or close to what you have. And that's how they negotiate. And I'm saying, I don't know if they'll pay. He wants 22 million. They say they're 4 million apart, so you do the math. But I'm saying at the end of the day, I'm thinking they'll probably get right around that 20 million mark, maybe 21. Watch. You're going to see. And if they do get 22 million, it's because he might extend out the deal, might have some different caveats thrown in there. You know how Mickey Mouse Loomis do with his stuff. He's legendary for moving money around and creating crap, phantom years and contracts like what he did with AJ Klein and all this kind of stuff. What say you, Saints family? I want to hear what y'all guys got to say, man. Y'all better talk and tell me something about this. 22 million for Mike Thomas. Is that a fair price? Let me see what the chat's saying right here. Larry said, what you say? Man, I hope they don't let him go. No. Don't worry about it, Larry. Who else would you rather other than Thomas Q? Top 5 receivers. Top 5 receivers. I mean, damn, that's a good one. They got some really great wide receivers in the league. But you got to put Mike. I would say Mike. No, I would say Mike's number 1 because I'm black and gold, baby. I'm a black and gold man. I'm black and gold. So I'm gonna put him up here anyway because I'm biased. That's right, I'm biased. So I would put Mike at the top of the list because of his production, his availability, the fact that he doesn't have all these other things going on behind the scenes, people tied up in his house, fighting dogs, everything, all the craziness that you guys hear that these guys get involved with, being at the club and getting, going to the club with his favorite rapper, didn't get involved in the shootout or a fight in the club. That's not none of that's Mike Thomas, man. Mike Thomas goes to the community events, help build houses. That dude got it figured out, man. That dude's a solid individual, man. Top 5 receivers now. Mike, I would put Mike at the top of the list. You got to throw Odell Beckham Jr. in that, despite the fact that he's injured, you know. And there's a few other guys I could throw in there. DeAndre Hopkins from Houston, I like him a lot. Julio Jones is another very special person I could throw in there. You know, they got a lot of really Amari Cooper somewhere, not in the top 5, but he's in my top 10. You know, there's a lot of terrific wide receivers in this league, man. You know, I can, if I give me a time, some minutes, I can prattle on a few more. But that's what's, you know, Mike is up there. If you can't say, well, no, Q, I wouldn't say number 1, maybe number 2 or number 3. Regardless, his stats in the next 4 years are going to top most of these receivers out here because of the system that he's playing with. Remember, it's a wide open, wide receiver friendly system, and Drew's first option is Mike Thomas. He always finds Mike Thomas. He always, if he's in trouble, he goes to Mike Thomas or Elvin Kamara out the backfield. That's Drew 1-2 step, you know. Yeah, I'm cool as long as the team is competitive with Drew on a year-to-year deal. With him, as Phil said, in addressing our other comment or question concerning Drew Brees' year-to-year deal, Mickey Loomis came out and made mention that. Before I finish the discussion, family, if y'all haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and hit the notification button for future content. And also, one thing I want to request from you guys is that if you haven't hit the chat up, please hit the chat up. Let me know where you're chatting from. Let me know where you're chatting from, baby. I want to know. I want to know where you're chatting from. I want to know where all y'all who that's are. So hit me up. Let me know what city. Hit me up with city and state that you chatting from as well, if you please. What up, DJ? Welcome to the show, baby. Yeah. DJ say he was at the Pelican. Hey, man, listen, man. You know, just to deviate just for a second, I just want to say this, man. Bossier City. What's up, Bossier? In the house, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what Bossier at. That's just what north of Shreveport, man. I was up in Bossier City in the late 90s, early 2000s. I had family members up there in Shreveport, man. So, yeah, Bossier's in the house. What's up, Bossier? That's what I'm talking about, baby. You know, but getting back to the Pelican talk, man. Listen, you got to be excited about the Saints because basically it's the same family, the Saints and the Pelicans, man. I mean, this is absolutely astounding, man. It's absolutely awesome right now to be affiliated with the Saints Pelican family, man. I just got to say it was spectacular. Excellent draft. They got rid of Solomon Hill's dead ass and, you know, freed up capital, $30 million in cap. You got to love it, man. We got rid of disgruntled ass Anthony Davis crying and complaining. He want to go over there. I'm going to go play with LeBron. I don't want to play with nobody else. I want to go play with LeBron. Hey, but AD, you're giving up $242-something million. I don't care. I want to go play with LeBron. Well, yeah, you got it now, Playboy. You got it now. Where else y'all chatting from, man? Y'all hit me up. Let me know where y'all chatting from in the chat box. And in a few minutes, I'm going to give out the live call number. And y'all hit me up on the live and talk to me, man. Larry say y'all cheering ATL. Giving them hell. That's right, Larry. That's right, baby. Turn that red and black city black and gold, baby. Because we're going to dominate, man. We got to keep the party going. But listen, let's get back into our Saints talk. Let me ask everybody in the show, what do you guys think, man? What do you think about this contract with Mike Thomas? Is it worth it? You know, would you pay him $22 million or would you come down to 20? You know, I know you're in New Orleans, DJ. Big ups to you. Big ups to you, fam. Big ups, DJ in New Orleans. But yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, it's what it looks like. $22 million a year is basically what they're saying. They ain't actually how many years, though. But you got to say, if it's Mike Thomas, 5 years at $20 million, at the end of the day, we're looking at $100 million to $105 million contract for Mike Thomas in 5 years. It's got to be 5 years. You can't say, well, 4 years for Mike Thomas. Are you kidding me? You know? If you're going to give, if I got Mike Thomas and Elvin Kamara, I'm locking them dudes up for 5 years each. and we're gonna play in blocks of 5. So you got Cam here for the next 5 years? Let's keep Thomas here 5 years, Kamara 5. If you can go further, that's fine. But something telling me that the Saints are not going to do that. I'm thinking 5 years at like 20 million, 21 million, 20 million a year, something like that. And then you're going to have all kind of incentives in it. Catch incentives, reception yards, touchdown incentives, playoff incentives. First playoff game, second playoff game, NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, massive incentives, camp incentives, making being at camp and all the incentives that are laced throughout these agreements. We're gonna have them. Wait, what's happening, baby? Haterville ATL was in the building. So you and Larry out there, man. Y'all we taking over out there, man. He said MT is worth it. I would pay him 19 to 20 million. That's reasonable too. I just don't think you're gonna get 22 million, man. I don't think you're gonna get 22 million, but I would love it. But Odell Beckham had a 5-year deal at 95 million. What was it? 65 million in guaranteed money. If it's Mike Thomas, his contract gonna be like 100 million to 108 million, with like about 80 to 90 million dollars in guaranteed money, because it's Mike Thomas, baby. I'm telling y'all. But yeah, that sounds cool. Let me see. Evan says I'll sit the bench for 20 million. There you go, baby. For 20 million. Hey man, we take 5 million, $1 million to sit the bench. These guys, man, let me tell you something, man. A lot of times these players, they're in another world, man. They're in another arena. They can't be living in the same world the rest of us live in. That's why I just my brain keeps resetting every time as I think about how Anthony Davis turned down $200+ million to go out there and play with that man. He gets $30 to $50 million less than what he would if he would have just signed the contract and got traded. I'm like, don't you understand what world we live in? $240 million is a lot of money. Even in football speak, if we talking $20 million a season, after taxes, he'll probably get 16, 17, something around there. That's still a lot of bread. We don't pay our doctors that kind of money, man. They got firefighters burning up that don't make that kind of money. Cops and ducking bullets and crap, not making that kind of money. It's just amazing, man. It just goes up and up and up. It's a rich man's game, man. Really, it is. Morgan City in the building. Sean, what's happening, baby? He said he'll split the difference at the 20 with 20 million. Yeah, you know what? That's more like it too. Old dirty bastard, what's happening, baby? AD requesting the trade is the best thing could have happened to the Pels. Now we're building a championship team. He wanted down here. He a sucker for love on that one, brother. He a fool on that one. LeBron hypnotized that man, bro, and it just you got to have your own brain, bro. What we offering down here, we gonna sweep the hell out of them. We're gonna make it a point to sweep their ass, and I hope Zion Williamson dunk on his ass. I don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna be bitter. I ain't gonna be a bitter fan. I'm not gonna do it. Not. But anyway, man, that's what I'm thinking on the Mike Thomas situation. Let's kind of